And of course, this is going to happen. Welcome to the show, folks. It's not the same unless we have one of these technical difficulties, man. Okay. Let's see if I can get out of the mode and maybe it can fix itself. Yeah, maybe it can fix itself. So now, yeah, I probably can't preview what I'm about to show next, kind of thing. I just have to wing it, unless this thing fixes itself. Oh yes, yes, that is the way, man. This is the way. All right, guys, welcome to today's show. Today, I am going to cover a couple of things. I have a few things on my mind. Won't be ranting much today. For those who are like, dude, need you to focus, focus on fixing things. Um, so I won't be ranting a whole lot today. Let me see what I got here. I got to prepare my overhead. So what's happening is I have my preview of my studio, and then I got what I'm showing everyone, right? And the preview shows it perfectly like this. And when I hit the transition to go over, now it's all lopsided. And most of the time, the fix is to restart the program, but that means I'm gonna have to cut the feed of the live. So I'm not going to do that. So let's just keep it rocking and rolling, man. All right, let me turn this down. I've just realized that it's just a part of the deal. That's all. You know, it's like it's the signature of the show. It's just something's gonna go wrong, right? And I think once I've accepted that, I'm not worried about it. Oh, the bit rate is a bit high. What's the deal? Um, what do you recommend? My bit rate is high. Really? Is that why I'm going through this? Okay, I don't know. I don't even think I want to mess with it. Right. And no, I don't think I can even mess with this now while it's streaming, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay, so yesterday I started on a Hoover Spotless, right? The part hasn't arrived yet. And so I think I'm just going to do a partial part of it. I'm going to remove the hose because that's really the content. That's really the problem that most people are having is how to remove the hose from the Spotless portable. So I purposely left it alone. I've never tried to remove the hose yet, and I want to experiment on it. Now, it may end up being that I have to break the damn thing to get it off, but honestly, if you're replacing the hose, you may have to break it to get it off. Now, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try a different way, okay? And I'm going to see if this way works best to do this. All right, it's the reverse. Okay, so let's get started. But honestly, what the focus of the show is today is honestly the importance of us learning basic repairs. I'm not saying for people to become technicians, but the way the business models are working now, I think I am in business, so yes, I do want people to come in and do business with me. But it's a weird conundrum that we're in as humans, right? Where the tow truck guy is not really wishing for accidents, but without accidents, he doesn't have a job. You know, so he's not evil to say I want more business that day, right? And the same thing, I guess, goes with corporations, right? A lot of them are trying to find a way to compete, stay viable. Um, they are employing lots of people. Those people want to have those jobs. It's very easy for us to look at them and say these guys are evil. They have this bad business model. But I don't know if it's that easy. But the fact of the matter is, we are in the situation we're in. So, what do we do? You see what I'm saying? I can wish these guys change the business model because parts are not available that much. Um, the machines are being made of slightly, less cheaper and cheaper type quality material. So as a result, they are just falling apart a lot of times, right? So what can companies do? Yeah, have a strong warranty, of course, right? Have a simple warranty process. Now I think you can criticize them if that's not there. Got it? And but then we also have a behavior because, like they said, about 30% of the people that they ask, hey, would you prefer to try to fix your product or just replace it? People say just replace it. Think about clothing. Most people won't repair the clothes. They'll just send it off to Goodwill and buy some more clothes. So we still have that behavioral issue. But anyway, let me show you um, what I'm talking about with this Bissell Spot Clean. Let's see if this transition from my to my overhead is going to be a smooth one because I'm not using the studio setup, so I can't preview what I'm going to share with you. So it might just be a surprise, right? So let me let's swatch let's switch it over real quick. Nah, it's okay. Look at that. I have nothing to worry about. All right. Hey, what's up, folks? Hey, Brienne. What's up, Brienne? Welcome to the show this morning. My day is already brighter, Brienne, knowing that you are in the chat today. I'll be honest with you. Okay, I got my gloves on. I'm feeling positive. Okay. They're making them cheaper because they have that warranty. It could be, but then it's costing more money. You see what I'm saying? I was reading a book called Six Sigma. Okay, and I tried reading the Lean Six Sigma. It was just very, very, But Six Sigma was talking about manufacturing process, right? And to make it to pretty much, if we do it right during the process, right, it'll cost us less money down the line because it can cost the company customers by not making the product good enough. It's going to cost replacement parts. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a good. It's not. It doesn't seem for me. It doesn't seem to work that way. Now maybe I don't know. Maybe they inch off that much more profit. But I think competitiveness is probably one of the biggest um, thing, and competitiveness meaning manufacturing costs that another company is going to be able to get access to cheaper parts and cheaper labor, and then now they're trying to keep up with that. I don't just think it's like, man, screw the consumer, because consumers work for them too, right? So you're working for that company. I don't know. I just don't want to just chuck it off as just this one thing. They're just evil, because I think it's a lot more involved. Anyway, let's do this real quick. But not to say that they're not companies like that. I'm saying, I'm saying, of course, that some people just love taking advantage of people. I'm just saying that I don't want to just lump it as that is the only reason, because it's probably a little bit more nuanced. All right, here we go. Where am I? I'm over here. So this is what I'm gonna try to do. Now, here's the problem. Let me show you the problem, and then I'm gonna show you what I think I can do different. You got it? All right, watch. So now, this here, right, this little section here, you see these two little spots? Let me get this here. You see these here? 1, 2, right? They're too big to pass through this, to come back out on this side. So I couldn't just pull it out like this, right? See that? I can't get it out. But, oh my gosh, my other idea wouldn't work either. Because guess what I was going to try to do? I just realized something. Guess what I was going to try to do? I was going to try to remove this. Because, see, it's already broken here, right? So I'm like, all right, it's already destroyed. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing I can do at this point. But I was going to remove this, right? Let me show you. Gosh. Man, I thought I had this, Brienne. I was like, man, I'm gonna razzle dazzle this one, and and then I just saw it, and I was like, oh damn, oh bad idea. It's not gonna work. But hey, guys, that's how things work, all right? So we have to flush through this stuff, okay? All right, Roman, crap machines. Yeah, yeah, you know. I thought you would figured out without me. Yeah. Let me get here, guys. Give me 1 second. I was gonna say, so I'm gonna try to. Can you see? Yeah, you see where I'm at. I'm gonna try to remove this from here because that's really what I was trying to do. I was trying to separate this and thinking that I can just pull it through, pull this, lift this up. But then I noticed that I can't get it past. I can't get it past there. So it can't come this way and it can't go that way, right? So the only thing have to happen is that this have to separate from here. This little tab right here, this part, this part has to separate from this. And the other thing is there's very little playroom inside this section here. So I'm going to try to do it from the outside, okay, and see if I can kind of put my little flathead, my multi-purpose tool, the best multi-purpose tool in the world, this flathead screwdriver. I'm going to see if I try to put this in here and maybe I can kind of pry it out, okay? That's the only thing I can think of right now because I can't push it through. I can't pull it out. So I realize I have to separate these guys. Does that make sense to you? Let me see. Does that make sense? Connection to the base. Okay, good question. Good question before I destroy things, right? Let's look at the base, okay? Let's look at the base. Brienne is on top of things. So I don't see anywhere under here that would allow this to move to come out. See what I'm saying? It's all one section. Even though this looks the way it does, it's not even connected to what we're trying to do here. All right, look at it. It's all around. Everything is one block. Okay, you see that? So I'll try that. Okay, what about twisting? Good question. I think if twisting would work, then you would probably find yourself in a position every time people are using this to clean because the twisting happens naturally. But I'm not going to rule you out. So let's give it a shot. Because you might be right. Hold on. I love we attract smart people here on this show. So Roman, Roman. I could just say Roman, right? Roman Velasquez. Let me see. Is that Zipliner? Is that Zipliner? Is that what that is, man? That's cool. That's cool. Roman, let's give it a shot, bro. All right, let's see what we got. Maybe we could twist it off. Come on. Hold tight and twist. Okay, Roman. Nah. I think the twisting, they did factor in that if people are using this, they may naturally just twist it. And that's why it's set up like this to just keep turning without moving because they wouldn't want people to separate this thing while they're cleaning. But that also show that it is it does have a lip where it just looked like it went over, it goes over a lip and it's, so there's a ring that's, there's a ring that's, what's the best way to put it? You try to describe things, right? There's a ring on the inside that when you put over, it hovers over, something of that sort. So let me use this flathead and see if we can get inside here. All right, I got to turn it around this way so I can have some leverage. And let's see if we can do that, right? Wow. Wow, wait. It's not really giving you much room to work. Look, I'm going in there, right? Come on, buddy. Nah, it doesn't look like it's allowing me to pop it off. Gosh, come on. Oh, wait. You gotta just keep going. You gotta go deeper. You gotta go deeper. Yes! Coño, bro! Yes! All right, positive. Let me clean this up, though. It's a little bit icky right there, but it's okay. All right. Now, that doesn't, that doesn't say nothing yet because we can't do nothing. Again, you can just cut it now because this thing is already destroyed. So I don't think you need to do anything else. I think you could cut it, but let's just see if we can still pull it through. What do you say? Where's ICT? Hey, ICT, what's up, bro? I need to say, it's Aiden removing those connectors. Radiate. Well, I'm gonna look into that, man. Radiator picks. Well, gosh, bro. Let me get my trusty device to see if I can at least make sure because I'm gonna the chat, they won't allow me to see this little feed again. So while you're on the line with me, let me just punch it in as my search so I can pull it back up later. Radiator picks. All right. Let's see. Pick set. Yeah. Okay, I have something like this lying around here, but this is a nice official set. All right, well, dude. Well, thank you for that recommendation, bro. All right, I'll add that to my cart. But I had, you know what? I have something like that. Like I had a bunch of art stuff like these, but I would prefer, and the picks, of course, have the hooks and everything else. But I have a set, but it's more for art projects, and I prefer to keep my nice art project stuff together and not destroy them. How's that? Okay. So thank you for that suggestion, man. I appreciate that. Okay. Hey, Wilson. Great job. Appreciate your video. I like the practical advice. Yes, you are so welcome. And you're welcome here. Pop back in whenever you can. All right. So I'm just going to cut this now because, again, the reason I'm going to cut it is because, well, this we can save because you can always use this for later. Okay. I probably would maybe even, probably you don't have to, but sometimes, you know, these things can be issues. You can have an issue with this. So if you want to save this, you can. You don't, you can. I've had circumstances where people lost these. It's just that I don't like holding on to too much junk because it'll just keep piling up, and then I forgot I even have it. So, but anyway, here we go. Okay, so this is out of here. Let's move this guy out. Okay. Now let's see if he can come out easy. Like I said, I told you guys, I'm still waiting for the part. I didn't want to do it prematurely, but I was too excited about this that I didn't. Look at that. It's out. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to hold it off another day because the gentleman sent it to me. God, I forgot his name. It's in my email. He sent this to me, and you know what? I gotta give him his props, man. Let's not do that. Let me find it. Let me give him his props, man, because he reached out to me and he was like, man, if you can help with this, man, it'd be so awesome. And I just thought it was like the coolest thing that he would take the shot and take a chance to reach out to see if I can help him. And I was more than happy to, man. How far back am I going here? How far back am I going? But it is a weird relationship we are in, though, guys. Where imagine imagine you know who could be really negative about stuff like this. Imagine a therapist, right? Child therapist, let's say, where they need people to be in a negative state, in a really bad place in order for them to be relevant. That would be, and then you kind of keep them there, that, or the society creates more victims so these people can always have someone to talk to. That could become very toxic. How's that if you want to use that word? Golly, man, damn, I can't find out. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I can't see it here because once you view the email on your cell phone, sometime it'll just it goes into and then you can't even pick it up. You have to go on the computer to really pull it again. So I'll do that. I'll give him his props, man. You know what? Wait, I got my shipping label. Hold on. Let me see. I got the shipping label. West. I think it's Isley. I think the name is Isley. I believe it's Isley. If it is, and Isley, I'll be honest, if you didn't want me to put it out there, I'm sorry, man. But I just want to give you props for putting this to me. So I'm going to get this done. I already ordered the new hose. I want to see if that hose actually do fit like they say. The replacement hose is for, let me tell you which model. So if you want to try this yourself, at least you'll know which model hose to use. It's the hose for the Bissell 5207 Spot Clean, okay? And the number is 1606127. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this hose on my webpage just in case someone want to order this. But we still want to make sure it's a successful fit because we're really going based off of secondhand information. All right, and all I'm really doing is experimenting to see if it. Let me see when my shipment will arrive. Give me a second. Let me see when it's gonna arrive because let me get my tracking and see when it. Because it'd be great if it comes right now. Sometimes the shipment comes while I'm doing my show. That'd be so cool, man. The shipment shows up and then I'm able to install it for you guys. Let me see something. Review orders. Okay, review orders. Okay. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. Give me a second. Sorry if I'm taking too long, guys, but give me 1 second here. Review orders. Come on, man, back it up. Okay, you know what I did? Newest order first. Have to do these things because if you don't, it'll just end up giving you all your orders from every place else. Okay, let me see. Here. No, that was the wrong hose. My bad. That was the wrong hose. Golly, sorry guys. I had an old order up. It's the wrong hose. It's for the clean slate. Golly, man, I talk too fast. Sorry. I hope no one didn't say, there it is, let me order it. You act too fast. You can always cancel if you already ordered it. Okay, so it's for the hose assembly for the clean slate for the FH14000 Hoover, okay? And I think yeah, that's it. All right, and the part number is 440015. 573. I think the other one was a Bissell. And I think I may have said Bissell and didn't even realize I said Bissell. That's crazy. Okay, so let me hit the tracking. Let's see when it's going to arrive. Oh, today. It's coming today. Oh my gosh, it's coming today. All right. Well, let's see, man. I'm going to put this to the side for a second. There's a possibility before the show's over that it's a possibility that I'll be able to do it. Is that cool or what? That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, let's put this over here. let's put these guys away and let's just wait patiently and see if Mr. FedEx arrive on time, or actually ahead of time, because they normally show up around noon or so. But man, if this guy can come early, I will be so excited, man, because I want to see if it works. I'm curious like that. All right. Okay. Next up, let me move this out the way. Next up. All right. Here's a trap we also fall into, right? Let me get back over to the chat so I can see what's happening. All right. Hey, Brianna. All right. I see. The icon set is on special. ITC, Brianne. Okay, I'm always looking for a reason to go to Harbor Freight. um, the radiator pick set for Amazon is what I have. Good, but not much of a selection. As the icon, probably end up with both. Ah, okay. So yeah, that's what I did. I just went to Amazon real quick because it was fast to look. Let me see. The different tips allow you to get around the perimeters of the fittings, unlike the screwdriver. Yeah, I know, man. I know. You're right. But man, my screwdriver is still my boy, man. The screwdriver has always been there for me. My flathead, but I do use other attachment though. But when you want to be a little brutish and not surgical, you get your screwdriver. All right, here we go. Let me put this. Let me pull the Kirby to the front of the class here. I'm gonna swap out a transmission selector on that Kirby real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's do a mystery one. The mystery one is this. I want to find out why I don't have power in this unit. Maybe you guys can help me guess. I think that's a lot more fun than just watching me replace a part. Okay, so I have no power. Let's find out why we have no power. Okay, let me put this guy to the front of the class here, and let's find out why we have no power. And let's do this. All right. Let's find out why we don't have any power here. All right, what's going on? There's a couple of things could be the reason. All right, one, your power cord. Probably the best way to start when you're trying to figure out what's going on is probably your power cord is probably your best starting point. Now, not all vacuums make it easy for you to just swap out the power cord. You got me? But there's got to be a way for you to detect, do I have continuity, right? But if you don't pull, if you can't do this, because this has an extension cord, if you can't separate your cords and have and compare both ends, then that test doesn't quite work. Okay. The other thing is there's a select. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. Maybe ICT can help come up with this one. I forgot the name, but it's a tool you can purchase from Lowe's or from Home Depot, where you plug the cord into the wall, and then it looks like a pen, and it can let you know if you have current running through your cord. That's probably something someone can do at home when you don't have the ability to open up your machine and all that stuff. At least see if current is flowing through the cord to get to your machine. But it doesn't always, it's not a foolproof, because one of the lines could be kind of separated and one of the lines is still connected. Remember, there are two lines that are running through your three sometimes, like in this case. There are three lines running through this. You have your ground, you have your neutral, and they even show you here with the picture inside. It's a see-through. So you see your, I'm sorry, it's hard to still, what do you call it? The lighting. But you can see the white and the black. And on this side, you can see the green, right? So, so the white could be severed on the inside of this thing. And believe it or not, your cord don't even have to be ripped like this for it to be severed, okay? Because something could have ran over your cord, some kind of a bent, and then the wire is severed, and all of a sudden the electricity stopped, and it doesn't continue any further to your cord, right? And then on the other side, the rest of them is they're running fine. So then the little pen will pick up that, yeah, yeah, everything's cool here, man. I've been through that already. Yeah, everything is cool, man. Beep, beeps are a nice green little beep, beep. And so that's not foolproof, okay? That's not foolproof. But for this case, I'm going to have to, let me see if I can get another extension cord, right? Well, no, I can test it real quick. I don't even have to do that. I can test the continuity because I have my little unit. So let me do that. Let me not go through the back and go through all of that rigmarole. Okay. Let's not go through the back and go through all of that rigmarole. But yeah, man, it's a funky deal when your business rely on disaster in order for it to be for it to continue. So it is what it is. All right, so here we go. Let's check this. Let me get my trusty little stand here. I made this stand. You can see I made it out of wood and I painted it, right? Okay. All right, so okay, so my trusty little stand here so you can see my reading. All right. Let's see what we come on. What am I doing? Get it around here. Come on. Free the wire. Free the wire. Okay. Here we go. All right. This is the neutral. This is the neutral side, the white. Now, notice this also for those people who ever start messing with this stuff. Here it is, right here. The whiter side of your cord, the whiter side, okay, is the neutral side for the most part, the white, and the little tiny little one is the black, okay, which is the live. That's where the live hot wire is going into your system. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, sometimes it'll show you on this side also that this would have been whiter, okay, but it's not. Okay, this is like the same size. See that? They're both the same size, right? So, but some of them, they'll have this one is bigger and this one is smaller, but the bigger one is always a neutral. Okay, keep that in mind. I don't know why they do it. I never studied that, why they do it that way, but that's what it is. All right, so now I'm going to put this here and I'm going to connect it to the neutral side, see if we have continuity. Okay, look at that. We're rocking and rolling. All right, great. Let's do the other side. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. And the ground is the ground, but still we're going to do it anyway, right? Okay, look at that. Great. So this cord isn't the reason why we have no power. Okay, I think we can probably all come to that understanding. Yep, I have a whole set of them. Oh yeah, you guys are happy. You guys are cool, man. You guys are doing your thing. Hey, Wilson. Okay. All right. You guys are all right. Okay, so now let's take a look, man. Let's see what the hell's going on. Now here's the other part. The other part is you have a power switch here, right? So before I go all the way, hey Brienne, is that crazy, Brienne? Let me show you something. Are you want to see this? So, Brienne, take a look. This is ridiculous. I don't know what happened, but your name is on the back of this ticket. Damn, you can't even see it. I don't know how the hell it got there, Brienne. I may have written it down for some reason. Maybe it could have been a raffle. Let me see. Damn, can you even see it? Let me look it up here. Let me look up here. His name's on the back of this ticket. That's wild. And I can honestly tell you, I don't know any other Brienne. All right, so you are the only Brienne that I know. No, actually, you know what? I do know one more. but it's a friend, family, like way on the other side of town. But no, I'm not in contact with that Brienne. So you're everywhere, right? All right. Let's keep rocking, guys. Let's keep rocking, man. You guys are all right. Okay, so let's find out. So the next thing, where am I going to go next, right? Well, the next place I'm going to go is to find out where, when the cord enters into this system, right? It's sending electricity from the wall to the system. The next place that it touches is going to be here. This is the next spot. This power switch, right? Makes sense, right? It goes in, and then the power switch transfers it to here. You see that? And then the motor turns on. Okay? The power switch also sends electricity down to the hose so it can connect to the floor unit. See that? Okay? So let's rock and roll, man. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. I'm going to open this up. All right. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Come on. All right, let's separate. Okay. So let's see what we're looking at here. All right, let's take this apart. Where's my magnet at? Where's my magnet at? Something else is being used by someone else. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. If you ever find yourself using one of the drill bits on these things or any plastic, and the moment you turn it, you hear like a crack. Don't go any further, because it's sometimes they're in there so tight, and they've been in there so long that if you dislodge them with any kind of thrust, like power, it'll break the whole thing. So a lot of times you have to use a screwdriver. Okay, all right, or use this on the lowest possible like power level. Maybe not too low, but something like a 3 or 4, whatever. If you suspect that the plastic might be brittle. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's separate this and let's see what's happening on the inside of this thing. Wow, well, guess what? Guess what, folks? Guess what, folks? What do you think happened? What do you think happened? You need one. Hey, Brad, of course, the universe knows, right? It's like the universe knows I need a stuff. Of course, that's the reason why. Well, guess what? I think the mystery is solved. All right, I'm gonna have you guys take a quick peek at this a little bit closer up, and you tell me why the electricity. Now, imagine if this person threw this away. It's less likely that you'll throw away something that is expensive. Okay, more likely that you'll throw away something that is mid-grade or not too expensive, right? The problem is still the same. One, we're consuming a lot more things. Two, we're throwing away a lot of crap. And only about a third of it, if that much, is being recycled or used for something else. So that but the money part of it, right? You're talking trillions of dollars yearly, almost maybe about $1 trillion to clean up and to run recycle stuff, to do all these other things. There's a lot of money that's being pumped into companies. A lot of it paid by taxpayers, let's say, to handle landfill type stuff. So, hey, not some people can be motivated by the environment, others can be financial. For me, it's practical stuff. All right, it's why not do a little bit of both? So let's learn to fix more things and learn to hold on to more things and go back to the shoemaker guys and say, hey man, can you put a new sole on this thing for me? Rather than throw things away so often. Okay, support your local shoemaker. All right, here we go. Watch this. Can you see? There's a mess here. So what I see here, this is what I see here. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. This came out. See how easy that's separated from here? So this guy's not connected, number one. And this guy is not even connected to this, number two. So this got yanked out. Everything got yanked out of here. Okay? Everything got yanked out of here. Yeah. You see that? So, what's the fix? It's not a hard fix at all. But I do know what another fix is going to do. If I reconnect this, you see this rubber seal thing here, then this one's going to have that too. Okay, let me pull it apart. Let me see if I can get closer. Let's pull this whole thing apart. Okay, you see this shrink wrap, right? Then it's best to have shrink wrap on all of these. Not shrink wrap, shrink tube, not shrink wrap. You know what I'm saying? Shrink tube, whatever. Heat shrink, right? We need to secure the connection on both sides of this. That's what I would recommend, and probably even using a slightly smaller tab. Sorry, a slightly smaller tab than this. Okay. Now, let's say you take this apart, set up like this. All you really have to do is put the neutral on the same side. There's no switch. Some of these things are like that. When they're sending differential type of power, it goes from like low to high. They may have where one is on the other side over here, and they have crisscross type of connections. But something as simple as this one, you just have to put the white here and just put the black back here on the same side. All right, so you don't have to get too confused as to what goes where. All right, so let's do that over here, and it looks like this is a double connector. What's the deal here? What's the deal here? What's the deal here? Interesting. I know what it is. I know what's happening here, guys. Tell me what you think is happening here. Look at this. Look at this. What do you think is happening here? How is this supposed to be wired? Think about it. Think about it. Let me read this off to you. Some of you already probably know what this is doing. Okay, so you have look what it's doing. Okay. Oh, damn it, cameraman. Let me turn it because I'm naturally working on this side. Okay, so this is what it's doing, right? So the power comes in from the wall. Okay. Yeah, this is where I pulled away. Right. The power comes in from the wall, right? And then it goes here. And then the power is sent out. The moment you hit your on switch, the power connects. Okay? And then is being distributed back out, right? Now that it comes in and is being sent out, two places need power. The power nozzle wants some power, and the motor wants some power. So what do? They create a split right here. So part of this neutral is going to go towards the power nozzle, and part of this neutral is going to go towards the motor. Okay, and the same thing with the live. A part of it needs to go down to the power nozzle, and a part of it needs to go to this. Now, the original setup has a use my drawing. Get an excuse to do some drawing there, Graham. I'm gonna get some excuse to do some drawing right now. The original setup. This is old school way of sharpening your pencil. Cats don't know about this. Cats don't know about this, man. All right. Let me. I don't want to write on my bag. Hold on. Let me get a piece of paper. Screw it. Let me write on my bag. All right. So the original setup came up with, it's a hookup. It's a weird hookup, but it's a prawn, right? It's a prawn. Let me see. All right. Let's say this is your switch. All right. Let's say this is the switch. And you got the little sticky prawn coming up right here. You got a little sticky one coming up here, right? That's the switch. God, you can't even see it. Here we go. That's the switch, right? And the prawn had a connector, okay? That connected to the bottom. See the bottom little part right there? But then it had two metal pieces that stuck up like that. It's like a Y. See? So then you can connect one of your wires here, and then you connect one of your wires there, and both wires connect to that. That's how it was set up, okay? Now, it don't look like we have that set up here. So what the person did is 2-in-1. See that? So now we had the 2-in-1. See 2-in-1? They have 2-in-1. So one of these is going to the motor and one of these is going down to the floor. So we're going to have to replicate that. But I need to undo this because I want to put a better protection on this and a smaller, this might just be too big and I may not want that anymore. Okay. See how tight this is? Nice and tight and small. Okay. I want it tight and small like that. Okay. All right. So let's give that a try. Let's see if I can do something about that. All right. And these are nice and tight and snug and tuck. Right. So we like this. This is what we like. So let's see if I can work that out. So the first thing I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna close this off. Gosh, this is held together pretty good. I don't know, man. This is already pretty tight. I may have to leave this one alone. And I see if I can fit one over here and just close it off. Let me see something. Hold on. It's like, do I really want to undo a good thing? Hold on. Wait a second. No, dude, I got to undo it. Look how dangerous a situation we're in right now. This is trouble waiting to happen. I do have to undo it. You probably can't see it. Oh my God, you can't see it. Can't see it. All right, let me see if I can make it closer. Let me get the camera to go closer. Oh shoot, it won't let me do it. Oh my God. Studio mode. Hold on. Studio mode. Let me see. Are you kidding me? Is it locked? How do I unlock this? Oh my God, man. Come on, stop messing around, man. Is this locked for real? Lock preview, enable preview, preview scale and scale to window, canvas, output. I'm trying to change the size of this thing and it won't let me do it. So I can get a close up. All right, forget it. Don't worry about it. Let me do this then. Let me get it closer to the camera. Let me get it closer to the camera. Okay, let me see. Can you see that split? Damn, you can't really see it. You see that cut right there? There's a cut. If you see it, see that? You can see the copper, right? Look on the black. See the black? The black is also cut. The black is also cut, guys. That means if these two guys touch even by accident, right? You're gonna have a little mini fire inside this thing. So I have to undo this. The only problem I'm concerned about is how short is this gonna make this? If I do that, I may have to purchase a whole new wire setup to make it done right, because it might just be too short. And maybe that's why this thing got yanked out, because it's short. Think about that. Maybe. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the reason it got yanked out is because it's short and the original is longer, right? See that? Between here and here is probably, it's already short. And that's why it got yanked out in the first place. And the reason why this cut exists is because it was cut in the first place. Now I could probably cover this up with some shrink, but I don't know if I should even do that. You get what I'm saying? Watch, look. Watch. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Where you at, Brian? You saying something? Worn out and pulled away. Yeah, it was just come out, right? Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. You tell me what you think I should do on this, right? Because I got the smartest people on the internet hanging out with me. So I got my little gun, right? Let's see, man. Let's see what's possible. Go on. Let's see what's possible. All right. Hold on. I'm almost finished. I'm almost gonna wrap up. I'm still waiting for my FedEx guy, man. I'm still trying to do that thing. Okay, so I got okay, so again, we try not to waste, right? And spend excessive amount when we don't have to, right? You see what I'm saying? So we still got that. We're still trying to do that, right? So now I got me a little bit of a thing here. All this is just another version of this guy right here. And this is just going to be another rubber like this is, right? So if I do this right, I can put this guy right over here. This way I don't have to use electrical tape or some crap like that, okay? I can put that guy right there, okay? Then if I use my heat gun, let me get my gloves away from it because it might shrink my gloves on my fingers, right? You don't want that. Get my heat gun. Okay, it can close up. A lot better than electrical tape. Okay. So that guy's in there. See that? So that actually helps solve the problem of these two wires accidentally touching each other. So this guy is still connected here. So I can probably get liquid electrical tape to cover this opening right here. Just a little dab of liquid electrical tape, boom. Okay, so that fixes that, you know, potentially, right? All right, right? Let's see, man. But I still think, I'll be honest with you, I still think the problem might reoccur. Right, you see this here? If I do this and connect it, right? Okay, hold on. If I connect, see, you have the white and the white connecting, the black and the black connecting. I put an end on this. I still see a problem reoccurring if this thing is too short, and that's the part I'm not quite sure. I think it's too short, personally. All right, what's next? Okay, what's next is this. This guy here needs to secure. I don't trust this right here, the setup. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this tape off. All right, I'm gonna put this guy over here like this. Let's see if this works. It's best if it's done the other way, but unfortunately, what I don't have is I don't want to take it apart, and I don't want to shorten that. I don't want to shorten it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, go over. Come on, you could do it. Come on, you could do it. Oh, you got him. Yes, 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 yes. Go all the way over. Go all the way over, and you're almost making it. You're almost there, bro. You're almost there. Go, 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 go. Go, go, gadget. Copter. Hold on. It's almost there. He's almost there, man. Damn. Come on. You're almost there, man. You're almost there. Oh my God. Ah. Okay, wait. Maybe I can pull him the rest of the way. He well said. Yeah, yeah, it got worn out and pulled away. Honestly, I think that's what it is. Or it was already short, like some work was already done, and it was already short, you know. But a lot of these guys, this is for cleaning a cleaning person, and they know that I'm just trying to hold this so it's I have some leverage to pull. They know that these machines are going to probably take wear and tear more than more than a regular vacuum. So they do what they can to hold on to it, hold on to them, and keep them running as long as possible because it's part of their profit is going to be eaten away if they keep having to buy new machines. You know what I mean? And the same premise works for consumers. You keep buying. Here we go. Perfect. You keep having to buy new stuff. You're using up your money. Think about it, right? The more people think about this, the more irritated they get, right? So you work, you you get taxed on your paycheck, and then you pay taxes for the stuff you buy, pay tax at the gas station, pay tax at this, right? And then you bought, I don't know, you especially if you're a business like mine, you bought a computer that you pay tax on, and then every year I got to pay property tax on the computer that I already bought. Oh my gosh, man, this is it's ridiculous. Oh man, these guys have this thing worked out. They got it wicked. how do you how do you do that? How do you do that? It's not funny as in funny. It's funny like the audacity, right? It's like, oh my God. And then even that same money that got taxed. I mean, it keeps the system going, I guess, whatever. But the same money that got taxed, I gotta pay I gotta pay tax. Hey, forget it. Anyway, um, so why not do everything you can to hold on to a little bit more of your money? And that's the idea of the show, right? So if I can help these people do that, I think I'm doing a good thing. So let me close this one up. All right, let me close this one up. So watch it shrink. I know it's hard to see because this thing won't let me adjust my camera anymore for some reason. All right, I'm just putting this there because I don't want nothing else in the way to get it. but it's shrinking up, closing up, tightening up to make it harder to pull away. And that's the idea of that one. Okay? So we don't have a reoccurring problem with this. It's funny how something like this can be used on so many things at home that we think that is used for wiring. You could probably use this one of these because they come in different sizes. Like you can get it in like a big, much bigger size, you know, like this, you know. And I bet you there's some things that people thought about it. They're like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I can use it for that. You know, I guarantee you there are people that can find a use for this. You know, with a little hot heat. And if you don't have one of these guns, you can use a lighter. You can use a lighter and it'll shrink. I don't know, man. I don't know if you would use it on a necklace, you know? Because some necklaces are, people have necklaces where they tie, you know, they tie. I repaired my son's shoelaces with one of these things, okay? You know the ends of the shoelace? And they were like, you know, they look like this, you know, like all the strands. And so I cut it clean. And then I got one of these guys, a little thicker one, right? And I just put it over the shoelace and I just sealed it up. And it worked. And so, okay. All right. Okay. Oh man, let me move this out the way. All right, so guys, I hope the show was beneficial to you in some way today. Okay, I hope I was able to help you with something. All right, so this guy is secured better. I feel a little bit better about him now, even though it seems like he's a big guy. I feel much better about him, but I'm gonna find one that I'm gonna use, and I'll see if I can use one a little bit smaller, like this guy here. This guy's just a little bit smaller, okay? And what I'll end up doing is I would have to end up putting this down below, okay? Which I think is probably the best way to do it. Okay, put this below, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put this below here. Well, I have to cut it short. Let me cut it a little bit shorter. And if when I put this together, guys, it feels like it's tight, I'm just gonna end up having to just I think I'm just gonna prefer to buy another cord and just be done with it. But I still want to show it for the demo to show you that there are ways you can fix stuff, and you don't have to give in to this notion of just replacing and buying new all the time. Okay, that's the focus of our channel here. Okay, so let's say if I can get this in here nice and snug. First, let me just double check and make sure that it's going to connect to the on and off switch properly. Okay, so where did I put my trusty on and off switch? Is it still connected to this? Here it is. Let's see. Yep, we're good to go with the on and off switch. All right. And I think I know why they use this big one, because you have a double thing coming in, and these are kind of designed for smaller connectors because of the little hole inside here. See that tiny little hole there? And so I could see probably why this was more of an attractive thing to use, because of the hole. Let me see. Do I have one of these? Or do I have one that look like it? Do I have one that look like it? This red one is kind of the same as the other one. But you get what I'm saying? I can see why that one was probably, you know, like, that's why you don't prejudge stuff. You don't quite know all the motives behind stuff. Okay? So I didn't smash it, but I could see why this would have been not desirable, because I'm trying to put it in now and it doesn't feel like it goes in as comfortable. So I have to kind of twist it a little bit to make sure it's in there. And what you don't want is for it not to be in there, and then when you close it, you didn't really secure it. It just fall right out. So let me see if I have one of these big guys also. Let me go through my little trusty thing here. I can see why they did that now. If you're not going to use that double prawn and you're going to have to wing it like that, then you better probably think like that, like the way this other one is set up. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have that. Wait, but wait, hold on. Let's not give up so easy. I have one out of this whole batch. I have one. I have a bunch of males, but this is a female. This is a female. So, but wait. All right, let's see what we got here. Ah, look at that. It just goes right over. And it goes right. I can see it. All right. All right. I have to look back on the tape to see if I was cussing the person that auto body shops do that all the time. who did this? Who changed your brakes? My neighbor, right? He normally works on my car, and there are times when, because of expediency, I go to the tire town people right next door. I'm like, man, look, can you just do my oil change real quick? So he had to change my radiator, right? And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to go all the way down to go to his shop because he's not nearby. But he's my neighbor, so I want to give him the business. You know what I mean? So I said, man, look, I'm gonna drop the car off, and then I'll get my son is visiting. I'll get my son, and he'll drive me back and all that stuff. So you can have the car. And then the people left the part who did my oil change. They left the part that it's like a little clamp that you use to remove the filter. And I guess they couldn't get it off, and they left it on there. So then he was like, "Oh, see, you have somebody else change the oil, huh?" I said, "No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm already caught." Right? I said, "Yeah, I mean, it was just right next to the shop, man. I was in a rush." He said, "Yeah, because they left a piece on there." Look at this. Oh man. Oh my God. Anyway, that's my boy though, man. That's my boy. Hold on, Wayne. Bring it down. Oh, Lee, come on. I need it to be a little tighter. Oh my God. One of our vacuums that can help you. Hey. Oh, hey man. You think you can call me back a little bit later on? About 1 o'clock. Yeah. All right. That guy is probably the only salesperson that I let call me, and I don't just brush him off. He always have a joke for me, and but it's like for my promo stuff, company names and pens and all that stuff. Um, but he's a cool dude. All right. Okay, guys, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna swap it out because it's too much. Okay, it's like it's too tucked in here. It's very tucked. Okay, it's very tucked. All right, let me see what I got cooking. I'm looking for my mouse. Here it is. All right. Okay, what's the haps? What is the haves, folks? Mm. Do you know I hadn't seen none of the I hadn't seen none of your comments for the past, I don't know. My screen froze. Let me see. Power play. What are you guys chatting about here? I can always tell I wasn't the last person to work on a car. If you can tell, he's probably quite good. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what's, when you develop like a customer base, okay, and they trust you, right, and you also kind of trust that they're not going to go to somebody else, um, but it's a weird, it's, I don't know, I guess barbers maybe going through that beauty salon, you know where you have someone else messing with your hair, and we've developed this thing, and now you're gonna go down the road and you're gonna go give you feel like it's like what's up, man, I thought we were, you're gonna go have somebody else work on your stuff. So I get it, man. It's a weird space, but I think it's still our job, right, in the service part of it, to try to build that relationship so the people will trust us and come to us. But you never know. Something else could also cause the people not to, not to like, they can't this time. She can't. They can't use our service this time. That kind of thing. So it's a weird spot. It's very weird. It's I think it's a human thing. You know. It's like I can imagine someone. So you let her cook for you. You let her make your lunch. What I'm saying? I think it's just human, man. Oh man. so so you like so what you like their stuff better? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. What do you do, right? And you want, and like, you're not, people are not purposely trying to like hurt people or insult them. I don't think so. I just think that things happen, and you never know how the person is feeling about it and all that stuff. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can do something with this. Is there a way to save this? Is this possible? Or do I have to just chuck it and do something else with this? Okay, that's really what I'm trying to find out. Is this savable? Can I work with this? Or do I have to just chuck it? All right. And because think about it, if come on, man, damn. Are my fingers that clumsy right now? This is so easy just to get this in here. I mean, just to get this in here. I mean, what the hell? There's really there's no complication with that, but you can find yourself fighting the smallest things. Like, what the hell, man? Damn. All right, so we have this here. We have this guy here. This guy here. Okay, great. And then this guy here. They look like they're tucked. They look tucked. They look tucked in their little thing. All right, so let's try this. Let's close it over and see. Right? But what I have to do now, after I do all of that, I got to see if this thing is still if it's loosey goosey. Because if it's not if it's not loose enough to use, they can still yank it out of place and it'll have another problem down the road. Okay. And believe it or not, as much as I want business, I don't want to create a situation where I know that they're gonna have problems again, because the drawback on that is you look like your service is not, it don't have longevity. It don't, I can't rely on him fixing this thing, because imagine a mechanic. They fix your transmission, you fix your engine or whatever, and 6 months later your engine is messed up again, right? And they bring it back again. And it's like, dude, I mean, didn't you fix this 6 months ago? Now, I've had people where it was like 2 years ago and they brought it back in. They're like, man, I just had this fixed. I was like, let me go check. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago, man. We try to pull a fast one on me. I've had that. I just had it here. You just had it here. What the hell, man? What did you do to this thing? So yeah, it's a mixture of those two things. So you don't want your service to be shoddy, but you also, people do try to pull a fast one on you. Oh man! All right, let's see what we got. All right, this is gonna be the last one, guys. Man, I was hoping for the FedEx guys, man. Come on, FedEx. Get over here already, man. Get my damn delivery so I can put this thing in and see if it works. Okay. I'm still looking for him, man. I'm looking for him. All right. Okay. All right. So we're hooked up. We look good, right? But we look good. Okay. This is here. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this guy, I'm going to put this hose in the position he's supposed to be in. Okay. This hose is supposed to be plugged in to the top of this. See this? Okay, so the hose is plugged into the top. I don't know if you can see it. Plugged into the top, rotates and all that good stuff, right? See that? Okay. So now, let me put the backpack on, right? Let me put Brienne's backpack on, okay? Let me put on Brienne's backpack. What the hell's going on? I can't see anything right now. Come on, dashboard. Dashboard. Okay. All right. Live. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I want to make sure I can pull you up again. Oh, here we go. My husband gets that way with his customers. If they have someone else trim their trees, he knows. But I could drive by a house and know it was him. Wow, are you serious? He's that good that you know his work like that? You could tell. Let me put on this backpack so you can tell. So he has a signature cut. Is that how it works? Does he have a certain way that he trims it where, oh, I know that's my husband's work. That's impressive, actually. That you pay attention like that too, which is good, right? But two, that he takes his work can be. I mean, you would think it's just all right, we just cut it, but to be able to recognize your work, I think that's pretty good. All right, here we go. Put on my backpack. Ah, okay. All right. Okay, hold on. See, I can't even change the size of my thing. I tell you, man, I don't know what happened with this. This is not even fun. And I can't even adjust my stuff. So this is right, and this is what? Why did it feel? Okay. All right. So now, if I have my hose here, okay, I'm vacuuming, right? Okay. Um, let me get. Let me. I should have had this thing plugged in already, right? But let me plug it. Okay, it's plugged in. All right, now let me plug it into the wall, and I'm gonna try to turn it off and on. Okay, and I want to see how comfortable. Look, we got power. We got power. We got power. Now I want to turn it off. See that? I turn it off right here. Man, they must have some small waist. Holy cow. I can't even clip this thing. No, my bad. Okay. All right. See? It's around my waist. The backpack is right at my hand. Right? I'm trying to see you guys can see it. I can grab it like that, turn it on, turn it on. If it was all the way behind me, like I had to reach up here, then you got a problem, right? But it's right here. We're working. We grab it, turn it on, turn it off. Okay. I think oh shoot, this is a burn mark? Yo, I think I burnt my carpet with this. Okay, this is good. We're good. I burnt my carpet with the heat gun. But hey, but you see what I was telling people? These things are plastic. You see, it burnt. The carpet isn't fabric. The carpet is plastic fibers. The carpet is plastic fibers. Plastic fibers, man. So I was telling someone that they're like, "We're talking about carpets now." So I said, "Look, trust me, the carpet is plastic fibers, bro. Okay." And I don't know why people can't even get that. Like, think about what nylon is, like, with clothes made of nylon and polyester and all that stuff. I mean, it's plastic fibers. All right. Not all carpets, of course. I mean, you have what? You have the Asian type carpets. What do you call those? Persian rugs, or what are those rugs that are actually made of, like wool, stuff like that. Now they smell. You could tell those because if you try shampooing those, you could smell those carpet. They have a smell to them. They have a different smell when you shampoo that carpet, at least right after you shampoo it. Some of them have to be dry cleaned because they're not supposed to be, drenched and wet and stuff like that. But there's some of the, all right, this is done. This is out the way. We got our power back. Okay. Fantastic. All right, man. I'm really trying to wait for this damn I'm really trying to wait for this FedEx, but it looked like I may just have to wait till tomorrow. Kirby's, these things fall off right here. And so then if it could get stuck in um, drive or it can get stuck in neutral. Most of the time, it's stuck in drive. Okay. The way I can tell is when I turn it on. Right now, I can probably if I try to push this and it rolls. See that the wheels are stuck. See that it's actually ready to move the whole carpet. See, so that means this is stuck in drive. So for them to move it back to the closet, back and forth, they can't just wheel it back to the closet because the gears are already locked in to drive. Um, so this needs to be taken care of. This is a $2,000 machine. Whether people think it's worth it or not is another matter. The fact that the lady or the man paid probably close to 3,000 after financing it, unless they pay cash for this unit. Okay, so this is probably not a unit that you just chuck and toss. Now, I've seen people bring machines in here that they said they found on the side of the road. It could just be that person just got fed up with it and said no more. All right, need to keep ceramic tile to set hot things up. Thank you. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. See, you guys are good, man. Because yeah, I'll screw this thing up like that. All right. But thank you for that. Listen, guess what I bought? I told you guys I was gonna buy. I bought a 3D printer because the same issue that the show was really about today. Um, a lot of these parts, they are not. Some of them are just not available. Some are, some aren't. All right, and there are times when I don't. I just had to replace and refund an order because my system didn't update fast enough. All right, we shipped out our last Dyson head. Okay, and it's for somehow it still had it listed that we had it in stock. Person ordered it online, and then I went to go order, and it's no longer available. I'm like, and it would be nice if they'll send you something, but they don't. They don't send you a list of the stuff that's no longer available. So you have to constantly look to see, okay, what items do I have listed that's no longer available? So people don't order it, and then I'm stuck having to refund money constantly, right? So you have to kind of keep scrubbing your sites, and it becomes a pain in the butt. But I don't know if it's something that is even. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how it would be. Um, it's possible, I guess, but with the distributors, they they have to update. They will have to update all of their retail dealers every time one of their parts go out of stock in order for us to know, and then we now have to update our website. So because that's not being done, I literally would have to go through my website, compare it to all the items that they have, and I just match it up. Is it still available? Is it still available? And stuff like that. It becomes a pain in the ass. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to make this. I'm gonna try to remake this with my 3D printer. This is my son's. I don't know. I think he has it on his desk, and I think he puts a globe on top of it or something. So I'm gonna try to make this so I can understand more how to use this 3D printer. And then, oh yeah, 3D printers on the schedule. I call yeah. I definitely want to get good at it because there's certain parts that I absolutely need, and if in order for me to do certain repairs, and the fact that the people are going to get stuck. Now, I don't know if the companies are going to be happy with the idea of us doing these things, but they exist inside this realm, right? But they can't get mad at the 3D printer guys, right? You see what I'm saying? You know, they just decide not to make. Well, it's not feasible for us to make these parts anymore. Okay, no problem. This guy says, all right, well then I'm all the way on the other side of the world. This guy's coming with a great idea to make a 3D printer. Are parts people going to be mad at him? Manufacturers, because hey man, our business plan says that we stop making replacement parts so people can buy new machines. So Anyway, I'm gonna try to make these and see if I can understand um, the softwares using the 3D models and all that stuff to build it and all the measurements. I just wish I could I get a scanner and just scan the damn thing and it gets all the measurements for me, and then I just plug it in and then it just prints it. So maybe I could do that. Let me see. Purchase 3D printer list, and would then need to learn how to use the damn thing. You're right. And now we have to go learn to use it. Let me see. You have a resin mold exactly like that. Do you really? Oh wow, cool. Cool, cool, man. You know, and sometimes the part that I want is broken. So being able to make a mold is cool, especially if you have multiple parts that you're going to end up making. But then if the part is broken, I guess you have to repair the part first, or you have to use imagination if you're going to do it in a 3D model to fill the gap of the broken piece. So I don't know. This is just a new stage of my venture, and I want to get good at it. So I want to see if it works. You would need a file to print that part. Yeah, all of that stuff, you know. Oh, you learned that the hard way. Ah, yeah, because they're plastic. They're plastic parts, and I don't know how strong they'll be because they're made from melted plastic into plastic, but isn't plastic melted plastic, right? Um, so yeah, I have to figure out all that stuff, man. If it turns out that the 3D parts don't have a good shelf life, then I don't know. We upgrade to a more expensive 3D printer. You upgrade to better filaments. Um, I don't know. So we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how all that stuff works. All right. But I mean, think about it. This stuff here can easily, they can melt easy, right? Um, what I wouldn't want is a 3D part and it's brittle. That would irritate me because the littlest nudge and then it breaks apart. Okay, so I wouldn't want that. You know, I've seen guys make some art pieces. I've seen guys make some like rock solid parts. So I don't think all of it is fragile, right? I've seen some like solid 3D printed parts, uh, but um, but there's certain parts that may need to be interchangeable with something else. And then if it moves like this, you don't want it to just you know what I'm saying? Just eat out the inside of this damn thing. And it's like, no, it's like, damn, dude. So I'm gonna phase out. Not leaving yet. I'm just gonna finish replacing this thing, and I'm just have a little bit of music in my background here and kind of slow it down while I finish repairing because I'm gonna end up having to repair the damn thing anyway. So I might as well just let it be. I might as well just let it phase out as I do this thing. Yes, guys. So you see that, Brianna? I wasn't ranting today. I was ranting yesterday, though. Yesterday had me. You got stuff in your mind, you just have to get it out somewhere. Cats are like, I thought this was a repair channel. What the hell is he talking about? I keep telling guys, listen, man, when you watch this channel, you're peeking in my door. This is like my space here, right? And I can be talking about anything in this space, man. This is my spot. Oh my that's it. That's what I'm talking about, Brienne. That's exactly what I want to do. You know? Hey, you know what? If you can find out what software he uses, okay? Because someone told me of one. I got to go back to my phone. Something about Autodesk. Because I use Autodesk. The part of Autodesk I have is a Sketchbook. I use Sketchbook Pro, who Autodesk makes. I believe they make Sketchbook Pro. Um, but I've never used their 3D model software, and he says I should be able to use that. I think it's Autodesk. I don't want to misquote, but if you could find out what, you can let me know. Just share it with me. You know how to get a hold of me. Um, that would be great because I actually want to start. I took it out the box yesterday. I got it yesterday. I took it out the box, and it's a mini. Oh God, what's the name of it again? Bamboo, I think. I can find out real quick. But it's a mini, and let me see. Let me find out exactly which one it is. Find out which one it is. Yep, Bamboo Labs. Bamboo Labs A1. That's the one I got. I hope it's a good one. I hope it's good. I mean, I was told that it's good because that's what the guy had. Who I was at a kind of a Christmassy party thing, and we were just sitting around talking, and he showed me some artwork that he did. Um, Big up to the House That Rocks. Big up to Tyrus over in Indian Trail. He's a musician. Have a what do you call it? A music school and everything else. And so we jam a lot, you know. And one of his friends uses this, and I think Tyrus' son also used it to make stuff. And I was just talking about, man, like some of these parts I can't get a hold of, and he was like, "Why don't you just get a 3D printer, man?" And it was in the back of my brain because I spoke about it like months ago, but I just never took it that serious. And when he showed me his stuff, I was like, "Man, you know what? Hell yeah!" Because he had a printer for wood, not wood, but he had a machine that he would use to carve out wood art, and then he would use as a 3D printer for other things if you want to, like, make these other, make things, interact with each other and all that stuff. And I was like, man, you know what? Damn it, I'm gonna get my 3D printer. So I just made up my mind I was gonna get it and said, look, I'm gonna get 3D printer. Let me stop talking about it. Let me just go get the damn thing. And I ordered it, and it came, and now I want to learn how to use it. So it's gonna be my new toy. So if he tells you what, if he shares with you, Brian, what software he used, and I'll probably just do a search as for the best software to use with that. But sometimes people having, like, they did all the trial and error for you, and they're like, don't use that, and you can learn from somebody else's mistake. That would be great, I don't have to go back there. Shit, look at this. You see how fragile? Look at this. You see how fragile this is? Look, and this is plastic. We were just talking about this. This is plastic, and that part broke at the top. So I'm gonna have to get another one of these. I have to get another one of these. And I bet you the 3D printer can make this. Oh man. I'm gonna roll back and just wait a minute. Help you. I'm doing good. You know what? I can. You're looking to purchase a Kirby, or you need supplies for Kirby's? Oh, okay, okay. Um, hmm. I may be able to put something together for you. Yeah. You know what? Let me do this. What is your? Let me get your information. Okay. Yeah. Give me one. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Because I want to make sure I can give you a definite answer. Okay. So that's why I'm right in the middle of something here. So what I want to do is, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go and see if I have a complete set for you, and then we can move from there. Okay. All right. Great. What's your name? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. What's that? What's that phone number? Uh huh. 0153. Right. Okay. Fantastic. All right. This allow me to give you a call back and give me about 45 minutes. Okay. All right. My name is Wayne. All right. Yes, sir. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye. All right, guys. Um, this damn plastic broke, bro. The more robust stuff. It's funny. I was talking about this the other day. How you're gonna see the screws. You'll see the screws in a lot of these things, but the sleek looks of a lot of this stuff, because we want the sleek look, because we want like more convenience and better. We're sacrificing something for something. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it like that. It's a trade-off, right? Some of the times. Um, we don't want the bulky stuff. We don't want the bulky look, but screws give it a bulky look. You know, screws on the outside that protrudes on the outside give things a bulky look. Um, Stronger material give the unit a bulkier appearance. So the thinner and sleeker the stuff that we make, the more fragile it can get. If it's going to be thin and strong, then the material is probably going to be more expensive. So we want it cheap, right? We want it convenient. When I said cheap and expensive, right? We want it convenient. We want it accessible. We want it to look sleek. So we want all of these things on this side. But what happens is we also have to make sure we know that we're not make sure, but we know that we're going to be trading something else. You see that we're gonna be trading something else. So we want, almost like freedom and security. You're gonna have, it's a balance, right? We want all the freedom, but it's like, okay, all right, but we want security. It's like, well, okay, all right. So it's the same thing. All right. The bitterness of poor quality remain long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten. That is for real. It is for real, and it is what it is. But it's not. It's not even sometimes. Again, sometimes it's not even that they went after low price. It's that you're chasing something. You're chasing the sleeker look, the more modern thing, and okay, when we have to eliminate this and we have to do it this way, and so we make sure there's no crease, there's no seam, there's no screws, there's no, okay, and by the time you get to that point, it's either going to be extremely expensive, but if you want it cheap, then it's going to be cheap, and we have to understand that's the world we live in, and there's a trade, you know. Brienne, thanks for hanging out with me today. iCar guy, hey, listen, I say iCar guy, man. I know it's ICT. It comes out of my mouth like that. Um, so just know I'm not trying to disrespect. Uh, thanks for swinging by, and anyone who just passed through, hit like, subscribe. I appreciate your attention. Always a pleasure. Definitely. It's well, who said this? It's been a plump, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I think that was Les Brown. It's been a plump, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I see you guys later. Oh, I have to do that. Where the hell am I going? Oh, I thought I was on my other phone. Let me let me do my exit. Peace.
Yes!